Now we're going to finish off by inserting graphics. First of all, we're going to put this logo up here, up in these top 3 cells. So I've got to select these cells like this and then merge them together like that. Now, one of the things that you're going to find is that when you're inserting graphics in cells, it really is a good idea to try and get them at approximately the right size before you paste them in. Now, it's just like inline graphics. You just pop them in there with a text cursor. However, let me select this first, and the one thing we're going to come and look after here is what our inset is. Now, if you have this inset set, and we've seen this before, that's the space at the left, right, top, bottom, where it will not put any text. It'll do exactly the same for graphics. So you would have this little border around it. So let me show you what happens when I select this, Control X, come over here, click here, and Control V. I paste it in there like that. Doesn't look too good at all because you've got this area around it, although it will let you spread over into the next cell. Let me undo that, and this time I'll double click, select this, and then come in and I'll set this to 0. And then come over 0. Whoops, forgot to type in 0 there. 0, 0. I could have just clicked this all to link them all and put them in here. Now when I paste this in here, it pastes right in on top of it like that. So you don't have that ugly white border, and of course I can go through, change the size of it. But notice the way it comes out like this on the other side. That's something we don't want either. So I'm going to undo it a couple of times, and we're going to get back to close to where we started here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a table style, or a cell style should I say, and I'm going to come down here, double click, and call it picture, like this. And I'm going to come down to the text format, and here I want to clip contents to cell. Now when I do that, even though it's with graphics here, remember, because it's an inline graphic, InDesign thinks it's text. So we'll click on OK. I've got the style applied to that one. I'll select it and paste Control or Command V. And notice now that this gets clipped to the size of the cell. Even if I make this bigger like that, it doesn't go in there. So that's a really useful tool there. That's new in InDesign CS5, just a little thing that makes it easier. I'll select these cells here, apply picture to it, close it out, and then I'll go to Mini Bridge where I already have the 4 images selected. So I'll just drag them on, and using the Gridify feature, which you'll see, I'll hit the right arrow 3 times. There I've got 4 frames, approximately the size. And I can select this one, Control or Command X to copy, click here, Control or Command V to paste in. Ooh, what happened here? That isn't quite right. Let me undo that. Well, what happened here is if I select this cell here, in fact, I'll select them all, and come over to my tables, you see that I've got this set at exactly 1 inch. Now, because this is bigger, it's not going to fit in. If it had been smaller, it would have. So I've got to change this one, and I can just change it at least 1 inch. So if I have it at least 1 inch, then it will make it bigger. So let's try this again now. I'll select this, Control or Command X, click in here, Control or Command V. We put it in there, and then we can size it like that, or reposition it would be a better word there, and go through and do them all. I'll select this one, Control or Command X, double click, Command V. Now what has happened, it has made the frame too big, so we've just got to make it a little bit bigger, and it shows up. I'll select this, Control X, Command V, and the final one, coming over here, Control X, V. Now all I have to do is some fine tuning here with this one to reposition it Maybe might need to make it a little bit bigger. Like that, that's okay. And do the same here. Same with the final one. And there we've got graphics in our table. So we've come a long way from that table that we first brought in from our word processor or spreadsheet and created a really nice looking table in InDesign. Now the one I created before has got a little bit more fine tuning in it because I spent more time in it than we did in the tutorial. So this is on the disk, or you can download it if you're viewing online and see how I created that, and you can copy it.